Richard shot up from his seat, his face red with anger. You're making a mistake, Darren. A big one. You don't understand what kind of enemies you're making. Darren stood up, buttoning his suit jacket. I understand perfectly. But you? You just learned what it feels like to be dismissed. And trust me, Richard, this is just the beginning. The boardroom doors swung open, and two individuals entered. Darren's legal team, carrying documents ready to enforce the change in leadership. And just like that, the reign of Richard and his old boys club had come to an end. But Darren wasn't done yet. As he walked toward the door, his phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen, and his smirk widened. Oh, this just got even more interesting, he murmured. The executives, still reeling from the shock, turned toward him in alarm. Richard, his voice raw with fury, barked. What now? Darren turned slowly, locking eyes with his former rival. Let's just say, you're about to see what real power looks like. Then, without another word, he strode out of the boardroom, leaving chaos in his wake. Darren took a deep breath, surveying the stunned faces in the boardroom. The weight of the moment settled in the air like a storm about to break. Across from him, James Patterson sat frozen, his face drained of all color, while the receptionist who had dismissed him earlier was trembling, her hands clutched together as if in silent prayer. The silence in the room was deafening. No one dared to speak. The truth had landed with the force of a thunderclap, and now the reckoning was here. Darren turned his gaze toward the executive team. This company was built on the values of excellence, respect, and leadership. Yet today I walked in as a black man and was told to wait outside, as if my presence was unworthy. That alone speaks volumes about the culture that has been allowed to fester here. James swallowed hard, his lips parting as if to interject, but Darren cut him off with a raised hand. Save it. I'm not interested in your excuses. He turned toward his assistant, who was already on her tablet, executing the final steps of the corporate takeover. Is everything in place? He asked. She nodded. Yes, sir. The acquisition is finalized. Effective immediately, you are the sole owner of this corporation. Gasps rippled through the room. James's mouth hung open, disbelief washing over him. You can't do this. Darren smirked, leaning in slightly. I just did. He took another step forward, locking eyes with the board members. You all had a choice. You could have built a company that thrived on diversity and respect. Instead, you allowed prejudice to dictate your actions. And now, you're going to feel the consequences. A murmur of uncertainty spread through the group. Darren walked over to the receptionist, who had wronged him at the entrance. She shrank under his gaze. You judged me without knowing who I was. Maybe now you'll think twice before dismissing someone based on their appearance.